So I've got a video today all around this beast of a chest piece, the brand new exotic hunter chest piece this season. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Well, I will. I'm just going to call it Gyrfalcon's Hauberk. It could be probably wrong, probably going to be, but it's an absolute monster. On par with Omnioculus, but it does some things a little bit different. What it does, your weapons gain a bonus damage briefly after you emerge from being invisible. So when you pop out your invisibility, you get a 35% damage buff, which is absolutely nutty. So that's what weapons are like, used to be 35%. So it's absolutely insane. All you got to do is just come out your invisibility. Then when you are invisible and defeat a combatant using a finisher, you and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improved class ability regen. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. So if you finish something while you're invisible, you get a notification on the bottom left of your screen next time you or your teammates use their class ability to get a nice tasty void overshield on top of you getting the extra 35% damage buff. That doesn't apply for your teammates, that's just for you. So it's absolutely nutty. So we'll want to be obviously on the void subclass to take advantage of the invisibility. Stay tuned. I'm going to break this chest piece down and show you some numbers and some weapons. So as always, I wanted to test the numbers, so I've just popped into this lost sector and I'm using a Fatebringer, nothing else on there. 5479 was the headshot, and what I've done is I've done my class ability to make me invisible, and then as soon as I come out with that, you're going to get that 35% damage buff. 7396. So I'll slow it down. 7396 from 5470. That's a 35% damage increase, which is pretty nutty. This is the other part of the exotic. What it does, getting the finisher, is going to, while you're invisible, it's going to keep that reserve overshield in that bottom left, and then as soon as you or your allies use their class ability like so, you're going to get that void overshield at the top. So it's really nice all round, and on top of that obviously we'll get a damage buff on top of that as well. So then I started thinking about weapons, what's going to work well with it. Izanagi is an obvious choice because of the Honed Edge. You already do massive damage anyway, like 134k, but then when you add, we're going to add the exotic perk of this wonderful exotic chest piece on top of that, you're going to get massive numbers with Izanagi's. Other weapons, probably like something like Witherhoard, a decent primary shotgun, it'll work on any weapon. And then on top of that, you've got like linears, you've got the new Void linear this season also, any sort of linear. And then what we can do, which does stack by the way, you can put Fontamite on there as well. And I'm using Reaping Wellmaker to get my Fontamite going all the time. Whenever I do a dodge and kill an enemy, I'm going to spawn an elemental well to take advantage of that Fontamite, which does stack with the chest piece perk. The other weapon that really works well with this, and it's absolutely insane, trust me, is the Heartshadow sword. Remaining invisible grants this weapon increased damage for a brief duration, and hitting a target with this weapon's projectile also debuffs them 15%. So yep, that all stacks. Heavy attacks made with full sword energy, 10 you invisible, and fire void exploding projectiles, and it fires 4 or 5 at a time like so. So with the invisibility on the sword, look at that, absolutely busted, crazy. 74k projectiles. If we add all that up, it's quite a lot to be honest, loads. So, and then the exotic trait of the sword, keeping you invisible on heavy attacks, which pairs really nicely with this exotic chest piece. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to leave a few clips playing out of everything sort of working together. Look at that, stupid numbers. Really good for all types of situations, ad clearing, even DPS. I've got a clip in a minute of doing damage on the duality boss K-Till. So it's really strong. And then on top of that, don't forget, we've got the actual team play of this chest piece as well, giving your teammates the overshield when you finish something when you're invisible. So it's really nice. I'm also running Oppressive Darkness as well on the subclass, which I'll go more into. So I'm debuffing with the sword and my grenade and getting all that massive damage on the void damage boost and the boosts that you're getting from the chest piece and the font of might, so it's really strong. I'll break the build down more at the end and go into it a little bit more, but these are just clips of sort of situations and how good it is and how sort of versatile you are as this void invis hunter, causing loads of damage, crazy numbers. Honestly, I absolutely been loving it the last couple of days running this, so I'll leave a few more of the clips playing out and then talk about the build right at the end, so stay tuned. This is now the full breakdown of the build. You obviously want to be on your Night Stalker to get full advantage of the invisibility. To take advantage of the chest piece, I'm running Trapper's Ambush and Vanishing Step. The Vortex Grenade and Stare Bomb are quite important. I think Vortex Grenade does loads of damage. Echo of Obscurity finishes grant invisibility, again to pair with the exotic chest piece. Works really nicely. An Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets, that's a 15% debuff, which also stacks with a sword, enhances the sword. Echo of Persistence, void buffs applied to you, and specifically the invisibility, that's going to have an enhanced duration. Now I have these mods set up in a real specific way, because what I really want to do with this build is take advantage of the font of might. How I do that is I run Reaping Wellmaker, really top tier mod this one. Whenever you dodge and get a kill, it's going to spawn you a void elemental well. It doesn't have to be a void weapon, it's any weapon. So whenever I do a dodge, I use my class ability and then get a kill, it's going to spawn me one of them void elemental wells. And then what I'm doing is I'm running Font of Might, which gives me a 25% damage buff for 10 seconds, but I run 2 of them, so you get an extra like 3 seconds per mod as long as you run Elemental Time Dilation, which enables them to stack together, so you get a good 16 seconds of extra void damage. Obviously then that's going to pair really nicely with void weapons on top of the perk from the exotic chest piece, really nicely together, so you get massive, absolutely massive damage increases. And I'm also running Powerful Friends on there, but I will leave a dim link. Works really nicely with the Heartshadow sword. Definitely get on it if you've got it, and if you haven't got it, maybe work nice with something like a Black Talon or a Whirlwind Blade sword. So I hope the vid's been good. Have a great night.